So yes, it's another one of those videos where I am changing a few things in my gallery and I'm changing strategy a little bit. Now in my last video I was talking about Cap 240 Rare. In this video we're going to start the journey on Cap 240 Super Rare because again I think it's a competition where my gallery suits itself to be participating in that competition, and instead of playing and competing against the guys, you know, like you and thousands of other people, I why not play against Sorare? There's a competition there which if you hit certain thresholds as what it is, you know, it's 280 now. If I hit a decent score, I'm going to be getting a decent reward. Now, if we take a look at, I'll come back to these two super rares in a minute, right? But if we just take a look at some of the rewards, I need to hit around the top 50 guarantees me what, a point 0.1 card. Now the way that's what's going on with the market at the moment and in terms of actual value, now value comes into it, of course it does, but I am excited to win cards as well. So I'm in a position where I've put money into So Rare that I'm actually happy to see where that takes me. You know, I'm not stretching beyond my means, and I don't advise that for anybody as well. But in the top 50 here, right? So let's just go over to So Rare itself. Okay, so I need to be hitting around about 420 points. Now, when was the last time that you guys hit 420 points? Now, for some of the big galleries, and I don't know if those guys even watch these videos, right? But for me, it's quite a while ago. I've been winning tier 5s and tier 4s, and they're great, and it adds value to the gallery. But if I can manipulate my gallery to be competing against the game and to be earning that threshold, $200, so basically 0.1 at this moment. If I can do that twice a month, or maybe, you know, 3 times out of 2 months or something like that, whilst keeping the cards that I've got, Kingsley Coman, capable of smashing. We've got Alex Garcia, absolutely on fire. Palacios, Grimaldo, Kramaric, Munoz, Pansil. All of these players are capable of massive things. Even when we go into my America, right? Diego Rossi, he's got an L5 of 69. He's capable of good things. Hector Herrera, an L5 of 81. So I've got cards from a rare point of view that can win things in All-Star Rare. And the main competitions that I want to be focusing on are All-Star Rare, All-Star Rare Pro, now Cap 240 Rare, and Cap 240 Super Rare. They're where I feel as though I can get the most from the game. So I started my journey, and you'll see there's 2 new super rares that have entered into the gallery. Now this is almost like a part 1 of my Cap 240 super rare journey, and I hate the word journey, it makes me feel a little bit physically sick, but I'm going to use it in this circumstance because I think it makes sense. So I picked up a goalkeeper. Now that's your kind of entry point as well, or I see it as an entry point into Cap 240 super rare. You can pick up some super rares for like you know, 0.15 or something that's going to be an L15 of like 45, and they're the type of people that I'm obviously looking for here and making that collection. But your big entry point for me is the goalkeeper, and I picked up this guy. Now I spent the best part of probably 5 to 6 hours of scouting on Sorare data to find this guy, and it was between him and I think Eloy Room coming to it, but Vitesse have been really bad this year. There was another one, I think it was there was an Italian goalkeeper. And again, I still might pick these guys up because I think that in order for me to really be competing here is to have almost 2 of each position, sorry. But I picked up this guy first. Now he plays for KSC, which is Karlsruhe SC, which I probably absolutely butchered that name. But his name's Patrick Druers. And if we take a look at his scores here, you'll be able to see that it's quite average. Now, let's just go by KSC, right? But he does have some of these spikes. He has some really bad games as well, but that's what's keeping his L15 down. I mean, his L15 is 45. So I should have a good few weeks with him in this division, which allows me to get in some better super rares into the lineup that spike a little bit more. Now, if we take a look at the Bundesliga 2 league, you can see down here that they're not having the greatest season, right? They're 16th. Now, in this league, it's a league that I'm trying to learn. I've been speaking to a ton of people on Discord about this. I've been speaking to people on Twitter, like Sorare experts in the Bundesliga too. I've been speaking to KSC experts as well as to what they think, to making sure that I'm buying a locked-in goalkeeper. And basically, they're underperforming. Now, you might have seen this badge or heard of this name because people like, oh, Big Marvin here, which is a bit of a so rare legend at the moment. Now, I think that there are a few people that are getting a little bit annoyed with him because of his recent form. However, if I just switch to all here, you can see here last season, he was an absolute baller. He was going for a lot of money. Probably the best part of an ETH without me actually checking it, right? Now, his form has been bad this season. There's a couple of other people in here. Stindl, right? Stindl decided not to renew his contract at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Easy from fucking me to say. But you can see here that he had a bit of a decent form and then he's dropped off again. From the experts that I've been talking to, they believe that this team should be nowhere near where it is. And hopefully after the international break, they start to pick things up again. People start to find some form. When winter comes, I think that they're going to be signing a new striker and definitely a new centre back as well. Or maybe even a left back. Basically, they need to sort their defence out. But with all that being said, everyone's told me that Patrick Drewers is a really good goalkeeper and he's been performing very well. I decided to invest. Now, there's two people, I can't remember if I've already said this, right? But there's two teams that go down in the Bundesliga 2. And then there might be some sort of like playoff thing for 15th and 16th. I don't know if that's actually right. But if we look at them, the 12 points, they're only 4 points off of being mid-table. So picking up a bit of form, and I think that this goalkeeper does really well for me. Now, I picked him up for 0.6, which is the best part of about, what's that, £100, something like that. Let's go over to Super Rare, 900, sorry. Yeah, about 923. But yeah, welcome to the gallery. I think that this is going to be a good goalkeeper for me. I think that I've got him at a decent price as well. He's in. The next entry point for me was a forward. And I always struggle. I don't know if you guys do. I mean, leave a comment down below if you do and you agree with this. But forwards are such a hard position for me to fill because I'm always looking for AA. I'm looking for somebody that starts, maybe potentially on sets. And that almost flips on its head a little bit when I'm coming to cap 240 super rares because I want people that kind of spike up and down. Yes, it would be great to have a consistent one, and people are probably going to be telling me, well, no, if everybody average kind of 50 points and there's one decisive in there, then you're doing well. But those forwards with that AA and that are consistent and hitting that 50 to 55 points without a decisive are a lot more expensive, right? And I want to start building some super rares that if I put them into a team that I can potentially pay it back. If I'm paying like 0.4, 0.5 for super rares, all of a sudden I'm trying to do that, trying to get 10 players for that price. We're talking about 4 ETH. We're talking the best part of about 6 grand. And now I'm not going to do that. So I need to look at some players that I think that would hit the threshold for me and that are regularly in with a chance of getting a decisive, played with a decent-ish team, but has enough spikes in there so that on these given game weeks, so this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there, if everybody hits well on that week, then all of a sudden I've got 4 or 5 different thresholds in there. I've got that 0.4 back. Now, that's just my strategy in the way that I'm thinking of it. Again, some people will disagree with this, but from a forward point of view, that's what I'm looking for. Now, midfielders, yes, I'm looking for that average kind of 50 and that decent AA. So I picked up Niang anyway. And if you are still with me at this point in the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new around here, and drop a comment down below as to, are these decent pickups or are they a bit trash? Anyway, I picked up Niang. Now he plays for Adana. I picked up his one of as well. So he gives me that little bit of bonus in terms of collection. Now I am looking at some other super rares from Adana as well. So that should play into that. And I think that collection bonus in a cap mode is really important. Especially when you're looking for every single point and you're not putting in people like, as I said, the Garcias, the Comans, the Grimaldos, the people that I've got in terms of a rare. If I'm not putting them into into a cap mode, I'm looking for every single point that I possibly can, because I know that the players that I've got in there are not smashers week in and week out. And Niang, I think, fits the bill. Now, somebody was telling me yesterday that his place is a little bit up for grabs. Now, I don't agree with that. Yes, they've got Mario Balotelli, they've got Nani, they've got these kind of older players, but I think Niang comes in and I think that he starts up. I think that that left-hand side for Adana is a little bit up for grabs. But the good thing is that Niang can also play from a left wing point of view as well. Now, I picked up his rare and I spoke about him in the Cap 240 rare video as well. But he's got an okay run of fixtures coming up. Obviously, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are pretty hard work, but the ones all kind of in between that, I'm happy with, almost all the way up until Besiktas over there. And I think that he starts. He does take some of their penalties as well. So going back here, I've started the journey. I've got 2 super rares in there. I'd need some midfielders. Obviously, I need some cover, because if I just show you my super rares at the moment, I think I've got 8. Yeah, I have got 8. One of them, sadly, obviously went over to Saudi, which still punches me in the face every now and again when I think about it. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that actually stopped playing almost. I think I've got Gressel, I think I've got Lennon, and I'll have one of those moving forward as well, because they play each other in the final playoff game. Tolu I could get another week out of him as well if Seattle beat Dallas. But all in all, I need to be purchasing some more, and I put more money into the game to purchase these 2 super rares. I'm not going to be putting more in to purchase more super rares. Now, I know I've said that again, but it's the first time that I've deposited in the best part of, I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe even more than that, maybe since like February time. But what I'm going to be doing is, or if I just show you the people that I've actually got up for sale at the moment, and I'll talk about them as well, because they are players that ideally I would like to keep. However, if my thought process is, if I can get 3 thresholds in the next 7 or 8, right? I get 0.3 ETH, and potentially a card, right? If everyone smashes, you know, I get that, but I'm parking that to one side. I'm playing against the game. I'm playing against Sorare. I'm aiming to get 280 points or more, obviously, to get in that ETH. Now, I can buy some of these players back, because the way that rares are going at the moment, who knows if they're going to be coming back up? I don't know, but the trend at the moment is that they're going down. So I'm selling Koita, or however you say his name, who I've only just bought. Now, I'm happy to keep this guy as well, but if I do sell him for like that 0.1, being a new card and a decent XP on him and stuff like that, then yeah, he goes. That could potentially pay for another super rare for me, to give me the flexibility to chop and change and be a little bit agile in terms of who I'm putting in. Niang, I'm open to selling him as well. I haven't listed him at the moment because I'm going to probably use him for Cap 240 this week, but he could make his way onto the transfer list, absolutely. I'm keeping Coman, keeping Pansil, and Dai as well. I'll keep him around because of his L15 at the moment, but again, he's another player that I could potentially sell to fund bigger and potentially better things with the super rare market. Proper, he can go now. Who else have we got in here? There's another big one that I'm selling. Yeah, Brooks Lennon. I'm open to listen to offers from him as well, because I don't think he suits me in terms of a relationship from goalkeeper and defender, which I always like to do. But as a one-off super rare, I still think that he's absolutely fantastic. But this is probably the big one, selling Lars Unestal. I have got my eye on another goalkeeper that's basically a lot cheaper than what he is. And it's a shame because I love FC20. I'm definitely a fan of them. I'm open to listen to offers for him as well to fund a couple of super rares to come in. Because as I said, if I hit like back-to-back thresholds, that's 0.2. I'm 3/4 of the way there. Sorry, 2/3 of the way there to getting an install back. It just makes sense to me where I am in my so rare journey and as a so rare manager at the moment. And do you know what else? I've actually really enjoyed doing this scouting for Niang. You know, it took me 6 hours to get this goalkeeper to land upon where I want to be. It then took me about 5 hours to highlight Niang. Like, I'm enjoying the part of scouting, and I think that it's underestimated sometimes. What do you enjoy? If you're not winning in so rare, what do you enjoy doing? I enjoy scouting. I enjoy undercovering. Is that the word? I don't know. my brain's gone a little bit. But finding gems, finding people that I've never heard of before, following teams that I've never heard of before as well. And now I'm all of a sudden going to be following KSC. I'm going to be following this guy. I'm potentially picking up some of these other super rares that play in this team. And it's another team on a weekend that I can pull up Bet365 app and watch them live. So I'm doing things that I enjoy again rather than just trying to buy these smashers and win All-Star Rare, which the likelihood of that happening is low. You know, we can tell by my rewards. I don't know a quick way of getting to it, but even let's go with last weekend. I won nothing. But look at the team that I've put together. A Bayer Leverkusen team that are amazing players. A Girona guy who is absolutely fixture proof. A Bayern Munich player who is superb and they win all the time. Even down here, all right, Kramaric is just coming back. But look at here, Unistal, superb goalkeeper in the game. Munoz, capable of hundreds. And yet I'm winning nothing. Now, that's not to say that next week I'll put these out and I'll show you my lineups at the moment. In a moment, sorry. That's not to say that these guys are not capable of winning, because they are. So if I can keep them together and keep doing what I'm doing, but also start churning out some ETH and getting rid of some of the fringe players who don't make too much difference in terms of my gallery, and then get that ETH in and then reinvest it into other players or buy back the players that I've sold if I really like them. That is my strategy right now. And there's two competitions, the Cap 240 Super Rare, the Cap 240 Rare, that I've massively been neglecting, and they are going to be almost joint priority at the moment. So if we take a look at what the lineup looks like for this weekend. So we've got my Champion Europe Rare. Now, ideally, I'd want probably Coman in my, I don't know, maybe All-Star, but it's a weekend where everybody's got some decent matchups for me. So why not go for Champion Europe as well? I've got the Leverkusen boys stacked up there. We've got Coman up top, which Bayern Munich should absolutely smash this team. 90% their win percentage. And then, as I said, with Garcia, he's a little bit fixture proof anyway, but he's got a double AA game. So a decent lineup. Sorare Data, give me the 76. But this is where it kind of becomes exciting, because it'll be the first time that I'm playing this competition. Now, come on, Sorare Data. There we go. That's what the team looks like at the moment, right? We've got Patrick Dewars in goal, as we've said. We've got Tolu playing. He's at a home fixture against Dallas. The last time that he played Dallas at home, which was like 2 weeks ago, he scored a 97. So, you know, fingers crossed again. We've got Gressel there, who's takes some of the set pieces at home against Atlanta. He's playing against Brooks Lennon. But Brooks Lennon had decisive when they won 4-2 there in the midweek. And then we've got Niang up there as well. And I've still got 6 points, which is great. That should be a team that, I mean, if we look here, they haven't, because they haven't been playing at the same time. I mean, there's only 2 players there, I suppose. Yeah, even there, right? So 2 of them didn't play, and yet I was on 240 points. Now, I'm going to get weeks like that. Absolutely. All right, they all played here, and I was a little bit short, but they had some really bad games in terms of Brooks Lennon and Tolu, which they don't normally have as low down as that. Can we see the week before? Okay, so I smashed it there. 330 points, come 23rd in there. Did I win a card? Yeah, a tier 4 super rare. There you go, and $200. That 0.12 at that time. And again, the week after that. So 2 of them had pretty average games, but I still won it. Still got it in there. And then all of these, again, they weren't playing at the same time. So I think these are capable of getting some ETH in for me this week. And as I said, this might change, because what I might do is, and I'll go back to my lineups now, is play All-Star Rare Plus, which you can probably just about see that everybody in there. Ideally, I'd want Gressel in this spot, and then pick up another Super Rare and put him into that capped lineup, because USG has got a great fixture against 16th in the league, and then you've got Rossi and Gressel pairing up at home against Atlanta, and then Kramaric in there, which is capable of big things. So that would potentially be my All-Star Rare Plus team. I know this is a long video, guys, but thanks for sticking around. And then All-Star Rare, though, this lineup looks great. A really good fixture for Unistal if I don't sell him before then, but I've got a plan on who I'm going to bring in. And again, from an AA standpoint, that goalkeeper could absolutely smash as well. We've got Munoz and Pansil against OHL, which is a good fixture for them. I get to use Herrera again in a AAA fixture at home. He wears the armband. He's so good at home. It's outrageous how cheap he is, in my personal opinion. He's such a good player in that league. And then we've got Koita up there as well. So if I sell Koita, I'll probably bring in Kramaric into this lineup and then put somebody else into the other lineup because I don't think I've got anybody else. Carlos Hill, they've been knocked out now, so that was annoying because he could have come in there. And Zimmerman's out as well. Proper's injured, so I could have played him in there, but in likelihood he's not going to be starting. And then the cap 240, this is what it looks like. We've got Chanot in there with the armband. He's really, really consistent with a AA fixture. We've got Fry at home with a 10% Aurelium as well. We've got Ndiaye coming in there. We've got Victor up there. Now, Victor might change. If I don't sell Niang, Niang will come in here into this spot. And then we've got Teddy Tuma coming in there as well. So yeah, that's what it looks like this week. I know it's been a sort of a jam-packed episode as such, a jam-packed video, but really it's massively opened my eyes the last couple of weeks with the prices and what's going on in the game and enjoyment levels and stuff. I still love Sorare, but instead of playing against you, I need to be competing against the game and securing myself some ETH to reinvest or to take it out and pay for itself, because that's what I'm trying to do. That cap 240 super rare and the super rares that I bring in, the 10 or 11 that I bring in over time, I want to be having them paying for themselves. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that in All-Star Rare unless I'm finishing in like the top 20 week in and week out to pay for the players that I've already got in and the money that I've spent in the past on them. Cap 240 super rare for me, totally different. Getting in 0.1. If I hit 10 thresholds, right, in the next 6 months, I win an ETH, which at the moment for me is about £1,600, which will pay for my goalkeeper, which will pay for Niang, which I've already bought, and probably pay for another 2 super rares that I want to bring in as well. I can't do that. In my opinion, I can't do that unless I win like an Mbappe or a Kimmich or something like that to pay for the lineups in All-Star Rare. And again, I've got the players to do it. I get it. But I think this is a better way. I think this is a better structure. I think this is a better process for me to go through as well. So yeah, this is kind of part 1 of that journey. As I've said, Niang and Druas, they are in the gallery and more will be coming. So yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see some more and continue my Cap 240 Super Rare journey, then hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below. Have you thought about doing Cap 240 Super Rare? Have you thought about prioritizing these tournaments rather than playing against people? You're playing against Sorare, you're playing against the game. Leave a comment down below as to what you think. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the future.